Hello there.
Hi.
And welcome to
Cool Album Covers.
I'm Mark Major.
And I'm Rich Batchelor.
Episode 21.
Men Who Could Be Made Out of Wax.
Our first cover
is Born to Lose by one Ferlin Husky, who we recently lost. We can't find him anymore, and he also died. Ferlin here, I saw some photos of him from more recent years. He had taken to dressing in a one-piece kind of white Elvis jumpsuit.
Was he a mechanic?
If Elvis was. And that's why people always liked Elvis. He was a truck driver who made good. But yeah, here, the Husky child, with his vintage Subway No Burgers sticker, which was added later to the design.
He would have approved.
I love his yellowness and his waxiness and how good-natured he looks. He's at the beginning of his career. He's a young man here, but already yellow and waxy like a man who knows he's headed for the record books. There's some language on the back of the album about the things Ferlin does to a song that over the years got a lot of probably unintentional laughs out of my crew, I know. He's born to lose when he's not sitting on a rainbow.
Next cover, Jimmy Rodgers.
Hi. He's slightly cross-eyed, which is funny because being made out of wax, they had all the time in the world to get the eyes right.
What do you think about guys smoking on the front cover of an album?
There's a lot to be said for it, and in the time, it would have been weird for him not to be smoking. However, having a chin that fits ever so neatly in the sensuous curves of your hollow body guitar, that's weird. And that little spit curl.
Do you think that Stray Cats guy has this album? Brian Setzer?
Almost certainly. And, for that matter, I still haven't listened to this one yet. I bought it just for the cover.
Awesome guitar.
It's an awesome guitar. It's an awesome cover. And frankly, I don't know a lot about this Jimmy Rodgers, but I imagine that his career suffered at least a little bit because his name is Jimmy Rodgers, and he's not the other far more famous Jimmy Rodgers, the Yodelin' Brakeman.
All right, next cover, Buck Owens, the best of Buck Owens. And should we start off talking about his jacket or the hair?
It's hard to know where to begin. Buck's in a bit of a pensive mood, or at least his wax avatar is. And yeah, they placed a short little, you could set your watch by that haircut, wax haircut on top of him, and then we come to the coat.
The coat starts at fantastic and ends at amazing.
It's true.
He probably got drunk and lost it.
Here's go, get me a plastic coat. I'm going to sit here in exactly this position for the next 2 hours. They tell me he was a total son of a bitch. Have you heard that?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Our next cover.
This guy.
Ray Price. For the good times.
So, yeah, that's how Ray looked in 1971. Ray has looked more or less like that since before 1971 and since 1971. I recently saw him, of all things, on the Mike Huckabee show on Fox News.
Weird.
Yeah, weird anyway. Huck played bass, as a matter of fact, while Ray stood there and sang. And yeah, Ray actually is made of wax. He has not appreciably changed in the last, 30 plus years.
Did he still dress like he was a detective from Dragnet?
No, he has
about to interrogate you.
He's moved on from the countrypolitan look, which frankly he should have stuck with. Look at him. He's great.
I bet you Jack White could easily pull off that look.
Yeah, the fact that Jack White has not previously tried, to the best of my knowledge, is amazing.
I'm going to email him right now.
Okay, so moving on to a much more orange man of wax. He looks like he's being lit by a fireplace, an open pit fireplace, but look at him in the background. I mean, is he or is he not surrounded by a whole bunch of hanging bed sheets?
Everywhere he goes, things get silky.
That's because he's a man without love.
I just saw him in person
in
February, and he was looking very quando.
Yeah, you were a lot closer to him than I was.
I was a few feet away from him, and he was looking like a spry, young Gene Simmons at the age of 74.
Yeah, and he also has put on like about a good 50 pounds worth of what appeared to be cream cheese since this photo was taken. Well, even then, you'll note that handsome is not exactly the word. There are earlier Engelbert albums where he looks like Leonard Nimoy. And then here, at least, he has his cool sideburns on, but still.
You can still see the Leonard Nimoy poking through.
You really can. He's not what I would consider handsome, but it's true that ladies everywhere who are fond of really bland music find him deeply attractive.
It's a plus-minus thing. Take a woman who's full of love, you take a man without love, and it's just like water going downhill. One fills up the other, that's all.
Matter of fact, that's the name of his biopic, Water Going Downhill, the Engelbert Humperdink story.
And that concludes this episode of Cool Album Covers.
Men who look like wax.
Upon my pillow, hold your warm